Eastern Kentucky, where I was raised, where the wildlife and mountains call my name. I was born to hunt, I was born to guide, a camouflage on a rifle by my side. Just good old country boys chasing dreams in the Appalachian Mountains, fields and streams. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks they're on the run. Where those dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. You hear the coyotes run all night. It's music to my ears and in my sights. I've got this hunting fever down in my bones. Glad my daddy taught me everything I know. From those white-tailed bucks to strutting toms, the bugling elks they're on the run. Where dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. From those white-tailed bucks to strutting toms, bugling elks they're on the run. Where dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. The TLC Outfitters is our name.
Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. Welcome to On Air and Outdoors with TLC Outfitters. I'm Trinity, and as always, we're joined by Mr. Matt Woolwine. And what you got going on out here, bud?
Hey, bud, this right here is my favorite sweatshirt, my favorite hoodie.
Yeah.
And my wife, it's been Christmas and everything, so she decided that everything needed a little red,
Yeah.
a little festive coloration to it.
I got you.
So got this here and a little bit on my sleeve right there. You can see that going on.
I can see that.
Yeah, my underwear and my socks match too, so that's awesome.
Yeah, can't beat that, buddy. We hope everybody had a great New Year's and has had a great start to the new year, and hopefully been able to get out and enjoy the great outdoors. I know that we've had a pretty good weekend here so far. We're going to be talking about that as we touch on the final week here of Kentucky Cow Firearm Week 2. We have finished out a fantastic season, had a lot of ups, had some struggles, but overall we've had a pretty good season.
Yeah, man, it's we started off strong. Saturday? I think Saturday, Sunday, maybe Monday. 3 days in a row there, and had some other. Everybody else seen some elk. I'm the guy that struggled a little bit with that, but hey, you do the best you can.
That's right, man. We're gonna finish strong. We appreciate everybody tuning in. If you've not done so, please like and share this feed. Get the word out there about all things on air and outdoors. Not going to be a real long show tonight. Our year-end show, our year review, will be next week. We're going to be doing that with elk season going on. We just kind of want to touch on, show some of our success, and we got a very special guest tonight. We got one of our elk hunters from this week, Clark Parker, who had a little bit of success himself. He's going to come on and tell us all about his experience, and we appreciate him taking time out of his busy schedule, fresh off, man, a nice harvest here in good old Eastern Kentucky. We're pretty excited to have him. We appreciate y'all tuning in. As always, our number one fan, my mama, says hello. Our good buddy Jeff Hill that come down and brought his grandson down to youth turkey hunt with us earlier this season last year. Says, hey, from West Virginia. Hey, Jeff, hope you and yours are doing well. Man, I tell you, we've had, Gator Paul says, hey, guys, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you all very much. We got some other folks here with us. Preston Thacker Bay, we're looking to have you for Dog Days of Winter. I know y'all are getting tuned up. It is going to be a battle this year. People are already starting to talk about it, man. Coming up in February, Dog Days of Winter, it's going to be – everybody's up for that coveted Dog Days of Winter Tinsley Custom Wildlife Trophy, and it's not going to disappoint this year either.
You know, I don't know if everybody knows, but that's a different trophy every year. I mean, we've had bobcat, we've had coyote, pedestal mounts and things like that. And I hope everybody's not thinking that this thing's getting passed around. I mean, you win the coyote tournament, you win the Dog Days tournament, you're gonna get your own personal, customized, Tinsley Wildlife Trophy.
That's exactly right. Yep. James Royal says, hello guys, man. I can't ever forget the Royal Bull. You know, the Royal Bull is where it's at, and I tell you, man, we appreciate James tuning in. So looks like Matt's having some technical difficulties. We'll get him lined out here in just a few moments. Tyler Smith says, hello fellas. And I'll wait on yours, Corey, till he gets back on here. He's having some issues. I don't know what's going on with him. We did have also youth season was in this past weekend, and I've got a couple of youth pictures. Now we'll be talking some more about youth hunts coming up, and in the 2023 year-end review. But who else we got here? Oh, Scott. Scott Gold says, congratulations on a very successful season with TLC. Thank you, Scott. You're a big part of that, babe. We appreciate you very much. Let's see here. Right here, we've got our very own Corey Terry. Was able to go out before the free youth season and was able to take his daughter Paisley out as she harvested a nice freezer queen with a crossbow, man. And I got to be have a little part of this. Pretty awesome deal. And we just want to say a huge congratulations to Miss Paisley for doing a fantastic job right there on that nice doe. Way to go, Paisley, and way to go, Dad Corey, for taking her out. Did you make it back to us, buddy?
I made it back there. Jill was calling, and she knew we were doing the broadcast, so I thought maybe something was wrong, but she just forgot what day it was.
It's all good. It's all good. Hey, look here, buddy.
Hey, Corey, how are you doing, buddy?
How much you paying this guy, bud?
Hey, old Corey's a good dude, man. He's a good dude.
Yeah, we appreciate him tuning in. Miss Brittany says, "Way to go,
I think Corey's pretty happy about that Michigan game outcome yesterday. So, thumbs up to you and Dan. I'd say you're both pretty excited about that, Corey.
And let's not forget Corey Black too.
Oh, is Corey Black a big Michigan guy?
Yeah. Ben Moore, very own Ben Moore says, "Hey fellas, hang tight, Ben. I hope you got Maddox with you right there too." Look here, babe. You made that lady said sorry. You don't have to say sorry for nothing, Jill.
I mean,
I told
her I'd already talked bad about her laundry skills and everything, and she missed it all.
See Corey Evans. This is what we got put. You're bragging on this guy. You see how he talks. I'll tell you what, man. Let's see. You better be glad she does your laundry, buddy. Got a couple more here. Now, Ben, talking about Ben there, Ben and Maddox got to take a little trip down with our good friend Jason Hollis from Hollis Farms. And we had Jason on the show. He's been on our YouTube channel, and Jason's got a very successful YouTube channel of his own. If you're not done so, then you go over check out Hollis Farms if you want to check on some good quality wildlife habitat management. He's got it going on Hollis Farms, but invited us all down. Ben and Maddox got to go down, and right off the bat, man, Maddox putting it where it's at, taking a page right out of Dad's book and out of your book, Matt. We always say when a coyote shows up, the deer hunt's over. They got to go down and do some deer hunting, but this old coyote showed up, and Maddox, in true Maddox fashion, says, "You know what? A dead coyote is a dead fawn killer." So Maddox got to harvest a nice coyote right off the bat.
What's awesome, man, is, if people's never predator hunted, or not had the opportunity to shoot at a coyote, coyotes are not really big targets. They got a lot of hair this time of year. It makes them look like they're pretty big, but if Maddox is taking them out like that, he must be a marksman, buddy.
Yep, he's a good shot, and he's had a lot of good practice with Dad right there. So raising them youngins right, Paisley and Maddox, right there. I like to say TLC 2.0. You know a thing or two about 3 or 4 of them 2.0s. You're helping render there, buddy.
Yeah, we do what we can.
Yep. And then Max was rewarded with a nice Mississippi buck, man. It's him and Ben right there, Dad Ben, showing it off. So way to go, Maddox, man. Very proud of you, buddy. Thank you for sharing that with us. Good deal. But anyway, say we bring our special guest on here to talk a little bit about some elk hunting. Before we do that, we got a lot of folks watching right here. We appreciate him very much. Like I said, Preston Thacker, we appreciate him. Scott, we already seen him. Jeff, Natasha Brown, thank you for tuning in. Miss Brittany, some of the best neighbors in the world, Chase and Ashley, me tuning in. Very thankful for our neighbors and our family up there. Thank you very much. Miss Candace, thank you for tuning in. Where I talked about James and Paul, Corey, thank you. Taylor, thank you for tuning in. Aaron Harris, another big successful week for Aaron. Laying the hammer down on a nice cow. We'll be able to see him in just a moment. Amanda, Brad Wills, thank you for tuning in. Laid the hammer on a nice cow with us. Linda, Alyssa, Dustin, Tracy, Suzanne, thank you all. Paul, Jordan, and a guy by the name of Hunter Maines.
Oh, my gosh.
Don't you shake your head. You wish. Listen, you talk about the pupil overcoming the teacher. You and I both wish we were half the coyote killer that Hunter Maines is.
I wish I had half the hair that Hunter Maines had. That's what I wish.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, he's cut it off now. He don't have it like he used to, but any hair right now is pretty impressive to me. So
yeah, that's right. Very good. Let's bring our guest on, man. Clark Parker. Hey, Clark, man, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, fellas. How are y'all doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Glad to have you on the show. Thank you for taking time. I don't think you got to meet Matt, but you've tuned in to the show before. No, Matt's our cohort on here, and man, coming off just a real good week of elk hunting. It's there's a lot of folks that have not been able to experience what you have this week, but we're very anxious to talk about that here in just a few moments. But tell the folks a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself to everybody, man, and kind of anything you want us to know.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm Clark Parker. I originally moved up to Kentucky from Georgia back in the 2010, I think it was. Always been coming up here to hunt, though. I've got family in Morgantown, so I kind of grew up in both states, if you will, hunting every season up here. So I kind of grew up in hunting. My dad and Papa made sure of that. And, just kind of, grew up in it. I didn't really know about the elk lottery for the longest while. And I honestly didn't put in, except for the last 4 or 5 years, I guess it is. And I just never really thought I got drawn. and here I am. But yeah, I got I got my wife and two little boys, and hopefully plan to raise them in the outdoors as well.
Fantastic, man. Well, we appreciate you coming our way and had some good success this week. We're going to be talking about that here in just a few moments. But you said you've been putting in for about 4 or 5 years for the elk hunt?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Man, that must be nice. That's a whole lot better than 21 or 22, isn't it, Matt?
Yeah, it's a whole lot better.
Yeah.
I'm pretty fortunate. I know I'm a little bit lucky there.
You know what, Clark? It's what I tell everybody. I'm a lucky guy, too. They've drawn my name several times. They just throw it back in the pot, buddy. Just throw it back in the pot. We got Justin Tinsley from Tinsley Custom Wildlife says, time to get some ribeye in the sky. Listen, babe, all things in due time. We got a day left of elk season. Come on now. And then he's ready to chase them sandhills. Son, he's chomping at the bit, isn't he?
He sure is. He sure is.
Yeah. So very good. Now, how has the whole process been for you, Clark? You know, people week in and week out will hear us talk a lot about, the elk lottery. You know, we've got a 4-part series that we done basically taken from talking to biologists and the guys that went and got this and does the work every day all the way through to the processing and the taxidermist. Everything any elk hunter could ever want to know about Kentucky elk hunting is in that 4-part series. But to have somebody freshly coming off of, a hunt, going through the whole process, how has the process been for you from start to finish?
Well, first off, it was, I'm going to say a dream come true. I just couldn't believe from the time I got drawn, and up until then, it's just been a blur, to be honest. It was really a pretty easy process. I went through and did some research, through the Kentucky Elk Guide Association, went through some different lists, wanted to make sure that, I went with a reputable outfitter. Thankfully I was able to connect with you, and, we talked since, early on. Once we got hooked up, we were in communication. I knew what all was going on from the get-go. It was interesting kind of being in the first year of making sure I had my tag bought by, I think it was June 15th, and going through that process and, selecting the different units. And that part was, just trying to learn it all, because I never really looked into it before, because I never thought I'd get drawn. But it was an eye-opening experience. And then, once we got out there, and I've been in Eastern Kentucky a lot for work, but it's different whenever you get to see it from that point of view, being able to actually get out there and see the sunrises, out coming up over the mountains. And it's just been an awesome process. And then, the first day it was a rough hunt. Me and Nathan and my father-in-law, Charlie, we hiked and hoofed in the rain and the snow, and it was a cold, humbling day. I don't think we saw plenty of deer, and we even saw some wild horses, but we didn't see that first elk. And then the second day was, it was a short hunt, but we were able to connect on one. And then now, it's just putting meat in the freezer and, being able to feed your family with some delicious Kentucky elk.
Man, and I love how you put everything in perspective, because that's what we tell people. No matter where you're at in the state, the diversity of the Commonwealth is, I think, second to none. Now, there's a lot of places, that we've been to out west, and there's so many breathtaking views all across the United States. But the diversity of Kentucky, from one end to the other, when folks come here from the west, north, central, and they come over to Eastern Kentucky and they've never been in the mountains of Eastern Kentucky, I think sometimes it's a little overwhelming, but it's also they're kind of taken back by it, because they really don't realize, you hear about coal mine and you hear about reclamation, you hear these words that, almost all Kentuckians or folks that's been here for a while that have grown up with. But until you're out there and you step foot in it, you get your hands on it and you get your eyes on it, you really can't appreciate it. and to be able to hear you talk about, the sunrises, the sunsets, talk about all those things. That's what we try to tell everybody about elk hunting. We're going to talk about some elk numbers here in just a few moments. We always cover those. We always cover the facts. But if you're just coming out here for a harvest, you're going to miss the best part of the hunt. Am I right in saying that?
Absolutely.
Good deal.
Now, Trinity, you mentioned coal mining and different things like that, but a lot of those words that shouldn't be negative have been portrayed, through the media and stuff for years now, and created a lot of negative stereotypes and things. But, the truth is that that's a heritage. That's a lifestyle. Appalachia is a heritage. It's a lifestyle. And let me tell you something. Kentucky, especially Eastern Kentucky, looks a lot different from the road and from the television than it does from the mountaintop. And until you've been off of the road and up those hills and down in those hollers, you don't really know what Eastern Kentucky's all about.
Yeah. And I love that too, man. It's hard for words to describe. And, to be able to come over here and have your name carved in the history book, hunting is hunting. And even if you do a guided hunt, if you go with a reputable outfitter, and there's a lot of them, there's several of them out there, the odds are greatly in your favor. But even at best, it's still just, you still just have a chance. But to be able to hunt these things in the mountains of Eastern Kentucky, to me, that's the win-win. You draw the ticket, you're going to be boots on the ground in the mountains. Anything else is icing on the cake. So,
absolutely.
Now, Clark, the process, just imagine, if you would, and I kind of want to portray this too, imagine, and I have no doubt that you, as I've gotten to know you, if there had been no outfitters, period, you would have figured it out. But having somebody to help you through all the process of, okay, I've got drawn, now what? What about units? What about reselect? What about all these things? Was that a big help to be able to have that? I don't want to say that it's super complicated, but it's a lot to process.
It's a whole lot to process. And, like I said, I had never really looked into it before, so I was trying to learn on the fly. So having somebody who was familiar with the process was, a huge help, and able to get everything squared away. I had no idea what units to pick other than what the numbers showed, the harvest logs from the previous years. So it was nice being able to get some advice on, hey, these are some good units, and, also get informed which units that your outfitter works in, so that's important as well.
Yep.
I couldn't imagine doing it a different way for, my first time out.
Yeah. And then you get those folks that say, well, if I'd have got drawn for a bull, I may have looked at doing an outfitted hunt or something like that. But, any elk's a trophy. There's 594 tags this year. And, even a cow is a tough, it's a tough harvest. And I liked going back to what you said too about having, a freezer full of some good protein in for the family and whatever. I mean, it's second to none. Elk, the meals that you'll have from this elk. And of course, I think the cows eat a whole lot better than the bulls, but it's all good. To be able to provide that for your family is pretty special.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Very good.
Talking about the, any elk being a trophy. Hey, nothing proves that more than the numbers. Nothing proves that more than the statistics. Bull to cow ratio that and actual harvest ratio. So just keep that in mind when we start throwing these numbers around here in a minute.
Yeah, and while we're here, let's go ahead. Let me see if I can do this. going to throw this up here real quick. Can y'all see that right there? Y'all see that, Matt?
Yeah, I can see it. It's small.
Yeah, okay.
On my end,
Yeah, it's small. I just want to pull this up here. Now we go to this week in and week out. And the reason I do this is one thing I want to say. I can't say enough good things about the men and women of the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife. Is everything done perfectly? Is everything there's things that everybody can improve on or whatever. But the one thing I want to say is that these men and women out there every day, pushing, working, striving to protect our natural resources that we love so much. And one of the best things in the world that you can spend time on as an outdoors person is fw.ky.gov. That's what I'm on right here. This is our Harvest Report Explorer. It's right on there if you go under telecheck and whatever. We're going to be talking about these numbers. The facts don't lie. We don't hide anything. It is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't. So, these are where we're at. But we've been on here talking about CWD. We've been on here talking about there's information about food plots. There's information about public hunting. Everything you need to know is right at your fingertips right here. If you don't have a hunting guide, and there's so much more on here than just the hunting guide. But we'll look right here, and these are the elk numbers to date. So you can go by region, county, all kinds of stuff. But we'll look right here on the website. So this is based off, and these numbers are going to be just a little bit different. I apologize. I don't have the exacts because you're going to have some commission tags thrown in here and some landowner tags as well. But to date, these are the total numbers of the telecheck harvest for elk in Kentucky. You've got 130 male or bulls that have been harvested, visible antlers, 95 females. There's the percentage for a total of 225 elk. So this is what's been harvested. You see right here, 19 with archery, 165 with firearm, 41 with crossbow, and there may even be another tab that I've not gotten to that I can't go over to, but I'm really not interested in that. So here's the numbers. If you base this off of 594 tags, which is the state draw. Now keep in mind, once again, the 594 total is a little skewed because there's more tags than that with landowner tags and also commission tags, but we're looking at less than 38% harvest. So that's where we're at. There's 122 cow tags this week, and we'll have the breakdown of those numbers. But I just want to show everybody this. You can get on there and you can see all species. This is the Kentucky elk harvest for 2023 right here. And you can go into all kinds of different things. I mean, there's different species, report totals. You can go into counties. You even go to prior years as well. So that's the numbers. And, pretty tough hunt. Kentucky elk hunt, is a pretty tough hunt altogether. Less than 38% success, no matter where you go. But as they say, that's still a lot better than some places out west. But I think with some good management, some things hopefully coming up in the future, it'll get better. So, but let's take a look here, Clark. We'll start with yours. We'll show a few pictures from this week right here. We'll start with yours, and here's you. And did you say this is your father-in-law?
Yes, sir.
Yep, your father-in-law Charlie, right?
Yes.
Yep. And your harvest, and man, just an awesome morning. I don't care, that's a good morning anywhere in Eastern Kentucky, right there.
Absolutely, I'm tickled.
Yeah, very good. Congratulations, man.
Appreciate
that
it.
is awesome. And then we want to say a big congratulations to our buddy Nathan Gotsey for his harvest, and a special thank you to Chris Mead for the assist on this one. And also Brayson Lowe, huge thank you to him. And also the big thank you to Aaron Harris for helping get this done and taking him out and guiding him. As you can see there in the snow, nothing better than hunting in Eastern Kentucky in the snow. So congratulations to all those hunters.
Obviously, seeing the wet weather in the first couple of pictures and the snow in the third picture there, covering several different units, not all from the same area.
That's right. Yeah. Some tough conditions. Good conditions. Colder the better for late cow season, I think. Yeah.
Definitely made it feel like hunting season.
Yeah, very good. Very good. We got some other folks joining us. I waved to a couple of our buddy Kyle Newsom. Thank you for joining us. Miss Kimberly, thank you for joining us. JB Pittman, man, thanks for tuning in, JB. We appreciate you, buddy. JB says Colorado is 25% for modern gun.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah. 1 out of 4 hunters. So, very good. So what else, Clark, what have I missed talking about? Maybe there's somebody watching this that's, going to be drawn for next year or hopeful to get drawn, for next year. What kind of advice would you have for them?
Make sure you put in. For the longest time, I didn't put in because I didn't think it was worth it because I wouldn't get drawn. And here I am. I got drawn, and I know a few others that got drawn this year as well.
Yeah.
Father-in-law actually didn't put in this year, and I got drawn. He said, I'm putting in from here on out, especially with the loyalty points.
Yeah. Yeah. Need to be consecutive with that too. And I'm going to tell you something. And I want everybody to know this. They called everybody this year and told them about the loyalty program and to get your tag bought. They're not doing that next year. That's a one and done deal. People forget to buy it or don't think about it. It'll be posted. But now they had a lot more people buy their tags this year, but I don't think they're going to be reminding people from what I understand. That could change. I don't know, but,
Yeah,
I'm one of them. I'm one of them 21 out of 23, be 22 out of 24 year guys. So hopefully in the next 3 or 4 years, I can be able to get my hand on the tag too.
Hopefully so.
Yeah.
Definitely put in, and wouldn't that be an awful feeling to get drawn and then lose it because you didn't buy it in time?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You don't have to worry about us. We'll be right there at the end of the electronic drum almost every year watching the names be pulled. So, and man, I tell you, looking forward to going back. I think I'm not heard anything, but hopefully, probably if I was guessing, now this is a guess, this is unconfirmed, but I can't imagine that Kentucky elk draw will be anywhere else but Kentucky Gun Company. And man, what a fantastic show in time, rolling out the red carpet for us all down there this year. Just Patrick Hayden, owner of Kentucky Gun Company, just rolled out the red carpet for everybody there. You talk about a heck of a guy. And just a great show, Matt. Would you agree?
It was certainly a big event.
Yeah.
A lot of other things that you were capable of going home with besides elk tag too. So everybody keep that on your calendar for next year.
Yeah. Hurley Combs from Lost Mountain says, congratulations to all that had great hunts and had success. Congrats to all involved. We all see some improvements in some areas and hunts. Hate to see the season end. Kentucky Proud finally getting to tune in to watch y'all famous guys. He must be talking about you, Matt Woolwine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Appreciate you, Hurley. Thank you. I know you guys have had some success. Congratulations to you and all your guys too, man. Appreciate y'all very much. Man, we appreciate Clark coming on, man, and thanks most of all for having confidence. There's one thing I gotta say, and I want to say this, and I swear I'm not being smart towards anybody, and I'm not saying, but I mean that whole mind process with some folks that us outfitters and guides are the big bad evil people of the woods and the outdoors. I mean, did you ever get that feeling? Did you ever get the feeling it's all about an almighty dollar or anything like that?
Not in the slightest. That was the last thing on my mind. If anything, it honestly felt like, just hanging out with family, going and, with the brother or cousin and, I couldn't ask to be treated any better.
We appreciate that, man. And that's the thing Matt and I talk about all the time is how the outdoors is the common denominator. I mean, you take a group of strangers and put them in a room together, and that hunt and fish and love the outdoors and have all these same things. It's like a family reunion. And it's pretty good. And it's the 99% of everybody you meet, and this whole thing's pretty good. It's that 1%, right, Matt?
Now, Clark, listen. You seen me chuckle there a little bit. I was talking about negative stereotypes earlier, and then you had to use brother cousin in right back to back. So let's specify that you was out there hunting and it felt like it was your brother or your cousin, not your brother cousin, because that's a whole different stereotype there that gets started in Eastern Kentucky. Okay,
correct, brother or cousin.
Hey, thanks, Clark. I appreciate
it. You got to have one guy in the group, right?
There's one guy in every group. That's right. Oh, God. Hey, David, man, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you very much, brother. Guys, what am I missing, Matt?
Congrats to everybody that, whether you harvested or not, congrats to everybody that had the opportunity to get out this year, all the way from, September archery season all the way into now. And it's definitely, I love being out there. I mean, I always have. I mean, we've been doing this a long time. And the fact is that when you get in those hardwoods, you get on those strip mines, you start seeing those snowflakes falling this time of year and those sunrises and sunsets and, what I like to call cotton candy clouds. When God paints them pink and purple, man, I'm telling you, it's a great place to be. So congratulations to everybody, whether you harvested or not, just the fact that you were able to get out there and spend a little time in nature.
Yeah. And congratulations to you, Clark. Thanks for sharing your experience with us, man, and becoming part of the TLC family, brother.
Absolutely. I sure do appreciate it. And just want to tell everybody, it's not all about the harvest. That's like you've mentioned, that's the cherry on top. But, if you're able to get out there, just enjoy it.
Yeah, man. And congratulations to every hunter. Congratulations to all the outfitters and guides. Hope everybody's had a safe week and had a good week. It's awesome to see them animals of the morning. That's right, man. It sure is, David. Very good stuff. Folks, we got a lot of things coming up for TLC Outfitters. Don't forget. Now, I'm going to pull this up here, and I've not revised it yet. Let me get it. Pull it up here. Not revised. I'm lacking behind a little bit. TLC Outfitters guided thermal predator hunts for coyotes. Can't hunt right now. Can't hunt tonight. Starts back. I guess it'll start back tomorrow after the close of elk firearm season.
Yeah, I guess in theory it could start tomorrow night right at the end of shooting light for elk, right?
5:50 p.m. depending on where you're at in Eastern Kentucky. Yep. So, folks, give us a call. We're still running that. We're still running a special. This says $25 off before December 25th. Of course, that's already over with. But if we run a show special every week, give us a call. We'll take you out, at least 4 hours of nighttime thermal hunting with brand new Rick's thermal optics. I mean, top of the line stuff. We're going to take you out. We provide everything, and come out and shoot some coyotes with us. Transportation to and from the field, everything. And if you call and book tonight before midnight, I'm going to knock $25 off your booking. You and a buddy, single booking, whatever, get out. Maybe you are interested in the thermal scene, but you've not really had any experience with it. Here's your chance to get on board with going out and experience some of the best in the business. We'd love to take you hunting. Give us a call today or message us on Facebook. We're not hard to find. Just type in TLC Outfitters and pretty sure you can find us pretty easy. Justin Tinsley said, if someone is looking for a fun weekend, the SCI convention in Nashville is coming up January 31st through February 3rd. A good, fun weekend. A lot of good stuff coming up in February, Matt. You got the NWTF convention and a lot of other stuff. ATA show is going to be coming up here before long. And there's another one, the SCI convention in Nashville. Very good. All right, guys. That's all I've got. Be on the lookout for coming up here. Hopefully this week we'll be unveiling the Dog Days of Winter Predator Tournament. Mark your calendars for that coming up in February. And also the second annual TLC European Tower Shoot. Talk about a fun day of some wing shooting. Going to be a good time. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Remember, if you want to know the creator, look at the creation. Nothing better than looking at the creation here in good old Eastern Kentucky. God's gave us all kinds of good stuff. Hope y'all get out there this week and enjoy it. Good luck to everybody else that's still trying to finish up on their last week of cow firearm season here in Kentucky. Tomorrow will be the last day. Hope everybody has a very good day tomorrow. Have a good rest of your week. Send us those harvest pictures. We'll get them on the air right here, and we appreciate y'all so much for tuning in on air and outdoors with TLC Outfitters. We'll see you right here next Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Y'all have a good week.
Eastern Kentucky, where I was raised, where the wildlife and mountains call my name. I was born to hunt, I was born to guide, a camouflage on a rifle by my side. Just good old country boys chasing dreams in the Appalachian Mountains, fields and streams. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks that are on the run. Where those dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name.